All right, we're going to have a little fun this afternoon and chat with Marlins all-star shortstop Otto Lopez. And Otto, congratulations to you on what's been a fabulous season. How would you sum things up the way things have gone for you so far?
I would say pretty good. So far, all the work that we put in, feel pretty comfortable so far, and I just hope to continue and be healthy this rest of the season.
When you stand out there on a Major League diamond this afternoon and on a day like this, some of the emotions you might feel when you see so many people from the Dominican Republic cheering you on.
It's great. Like, Dominican has been when I born in Dominican, all like the baseball related to myself, it's coming from the country. So like I learned so many stuff of my culture that I didn't even know that it was so cool to know. Dance, bachata, knowing like the cities, connect with the culture. It's impressive. You guys should make a flight to there to just.
When you're out there working out in the afternoon here, we see you out there taking ground balls and all that good stuff. What are you working on?
We're trying to go like forehand. And hit the ground balls, whatever he wants, and probably going to the backhand side. But we still got to work on be on forehand. But it takes more about your feet movement and to get to there. Like same for backhand, he hits you for the left side, and you got to backhand those ground balls. It takes a lot of footwork.
Otto, you have had an amazing season. We have all had an absolute total blast watching you. We cannot thank you enough for hanging out with us on our mic this afternoon, and best of luck today, and go get a series win.
Thank you. We will. We got our mind to win the series and more. So.
All right, awesome.
Working. Thank you.
Thank you, Otto.
Thanks, Otto.
Miami Marlins baseball is brought to you by Warner Hoffman, Greg, and Garcia, the official law firm of the Miami Marlins, by FPL, and by UHealth, pushing medicine forward. Baseball time here in Miami on this Saturday afternoon. We're live at Lone Depot Park for the middle game of this three-game series. Let's take a look at your Hard Rock bet odds. 6.5 total strikeouts. The prop bet for Yuri Perez this afternoon, who is making his 23rd start of the season in the 62nd of his major league career. Ready to go. Dalen Lyle digs in. First pitch cut on and missed. And it's 0-1 on Lyle and the Nationals. Their starting lineup is brought to you by FPL. And you go back to the start of play on July 29th. The only team with a worse record than the Washington Nationals are the Athletics. Washington has lost 16 of their last 22 games. No Wood, no Abrams last night for the Marlins. No problem.
Yeah, and I even throw in they traded Luis Garcia Jr. to the Yankees, so another big part of the middle of their lineup. So that's right. Clayton McCullough knows that you got to take advantage of certain situations when you play clubs.
And a curveball is floated in the air to center field for Jacob Marcy. Couple of pitches, one out.
I always like watching Yuri in the first inning to see what he features to try to establish things. There are his overall numbers, but you go back his last 10 starts, an ERA of 1.80, and his last 2 starts over 13 innings, he hasn't allowed a run, giving up just 5 hits.
He has been outstanding since his return from the injured list. He's making his first start of the season against Washington. This is his 7th career start against the Nationals as Dylan Cruz takes low and away for ball 1. The Nationals are a ball club that Yuri has faced more than any other team in his very young major league career. So look at the numbers for Cruz over 78 games played for Washington this season. Has a 1-0. Misses low and in. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Cruz. He was 1 for 4 in game 1 last night.
You know, we saw all those numbers. You also throw in the fact for Yuri, a 2.90 ERA at home.
Swing, get a line drive foul.
See what the defense looks like. Brought to you by Doral Kia. There's Roberto and Jacob and Estuary in right field. Otto and X up the middle. Javi and Griff on the corners and Joe behind the plate. He's not going to see a fastball here. He was so out in front of that last fastball that he saw that I'd be surprised. That tells you he's sitting on the fastball if he sees another one.
And an early mound visit for Joe Mack, and Yuri was kind of looking over at the dugout almost as if to say, I don't know if I want to throw that there. Here's Yuri's last outing, 100 pitches on the nose in Cincinnati. 5 strikeouts, no runs, couple of hits. Statcast powered by Google Cloud. Here's the 5 strikeouts for Yuri last week in Cincinnati.
Couple with the 4-seamer. Look at that. The 4-seamers at 100. He was throwing 100 late in the game, too.
I think that's a really good sign for Yuri for a couple of different reasons as Cruz lays off a sinker inside. But I think primarily, Hud, Yuri has worked a career high 122 2/3 innings this season, which is 27 1/3 more than all of last season. He continues to establish new career highs. It doesn't look like he's slowing up at all as Cruz bounces one to the Gold Glover at third. Sanoja throws him out, 2 up and 2 down for Yuri Perez.
Yeah, I think it's fun for all of us to just have watched the maturation of Yuri Perez, and still just 23 years old, which blows me away every time. Got the good defense behind you, let it work. Pretty much routine for Javi.
He makes fielding 103 off the bat look pretty easy, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He made a great play late in the game in game 1.
It's an unbelievable play. Didn't think he had one. Charged the ball, actually picked it with the glove and fired across his body, a strike throw to first.
And Javi did not even start last night's ball game. He came on late in the game. He tied it in the 8th and picked up his first career walk-off hit in the 9th. So nobody on and 2 out. Here's Brady House a little late on 98, running inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, one thing we are seeing, which we've seen before with Yuri, early on the first inning, a lot of 4-seamers and 2-seamers.
And he gets ahead of Brady House, 1 and 2. House is a guy that's had some success against Yuri. 2 for 4 against them. Those hits, a double and a homer.
Yeah, of the first 10 pitches, just 1 breaking ball. We've seen him do that first inning. A lot of times he give you a lot of 4-seamers and 2-seamers.
Or first time through the order.
Yeah.
Just go get them. You don't have to show everything. That was a slider that just missed, and an early challenge here from Joe Mack.
You know,
have been much more aggressive early in games.
It's a great slider, but I think he did miss with it. We'll see.
ABS powered by T-Mobile, and it missed.
Pitch the ball. Miami has 1 challenge remaining.
It almost kind of looked like a couple of guys challenged the pitch. Watch House and watch Matt. Watch them both if you can. They were both going to challenge.
That's a double challenge.
And now the count is full.
But not to fool home plate umpire DJ Rayburn.
He's the crew chief. Rob Drake is at third. Steven Jastrzynski is at second. Young umpire Stu Sherwater is at first. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count on Brady House as Perez kicks and fires a fastball that missed outside for ball 4. And Yuri's issued a 2-out free pass.
So one thing he's been able to, and there's a look at those umpires you talked about, Kyle. One thing that Yuri's been able to do recently is limit the walks, and because of that, that's allowed him to go a little deeper into games.
So you've got a little bit of speed at first now, and here comes Abimelec Ortiz. Did he check his swing? He did. You know what is interesting to me about Yuri as he faces Ortiz here, and really Yuri's entire repertoire? I noticed that of the 6 pitches that he has thrown this season, 4 of them have produced an opponent batting average under 200. It's not just one pitch. It's a handful of pitches that the opposition seemingly cannot hit. As the 1-0 curveball missed for ball 2.
To your point, opposing batters hitting 164 off the slider.
Abimelec Ortiz batting .241. He was 0 for 4 in game 1, and he bounces that to the right side. Playable for Edwards, and Yuri works around the 2-out walk here in the first. No score.
Esta transmisión de los Marlins está disponible en español.
Well, it's always a party on Dominican Heritage Day, Hut.
Getting ready to tap in there.
Yes, they are. The concert afterwards. No score, bottom 1. It's always a festive, fun day at the ballpark. So here come the Marlins. They've won each of their last 6 games against the Nationals since dropping the first meeting of 2026. They've had just 3 longer single-year win streaks in their franchise history against the Nats. There's a look at the starting lineup, brought to you by Werner, Hoffman, Gregg, and Garcia. Edwards, Conine, and Casey due to bat for the Marlins. Here were the last of the first. Certainly some heroes to talk about in game 1 as Edwards bounces the first one he sees, a fastball from Jake Irvin to second, and Tana takes care of that. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yep, first pitch fastball, good swing, ball hit hard. There are the numbers for Jake Irvin, and they've not been good last 4 starts. An ERA over 7. He did spend some time on the IL. There's our scouting report with a shoulder issue. He's got good extension, 96%. And he's been a workhorse, so to speak, for the Nationals the last couple of years. But he also gets a little trouble. Gave up 38 home runs last year.
Well, his season really changed in late May when he was making a start against the Atlanta Braves as Griffin Conine takes strike 1. Irvin had thrown 5 hitless innings with 7 strikeouts when his shoulder tightened up during warm-ups for the 6th inning. And what the Nationals initially thought was a short-term issue ultimately cost him more than 2 months. And yes, since he's been back, it's been really bad as he gets that curveball over for strike 2 on Griff.
Yeah, that's a pitch he'll feature. He's not an overpowering guy. Fastball's 93, 94.
.02 missed a little bit low. I was surprised to see that Irvin, his curveball, is outstanding. Opponents have a real hard time hitting it. He doesn't throw it to righties. Instead, he likes to throw his sinker to righties, and it's getting crushed. So really only a lot of curveballs to the lefties as a changeup floats too low for ball 2.
Yeah, talked about him being a workhorse. 33 starts each of the last 2 years.
And just his 16th start of the season, the 106th of his now 4-year major league playing career. He led the league in starts and losses in 2024. 6th career outing for Irvin against the Marlins, who he's pitched to a .333 ERA against with a win and a loss. Griffin Conine, how about a healthy OPS of .917 here in the month of August? Waits on a 2-2 and just got a piece of the curveball to stay alive.
See the defense for the Nationals brought to you by Doral Kia. Pinckney, Young, and Cruz in the outfield. Nunez, Tana up the middle. House and Ortiz on the corners. And we didn't see Ford, the catcher, yesterday. But Harry Ford is back there today.
So Ford and Irvin, your battery. And here's Jake's 3-2 pitch to Conine. And that missed high, and that's an outstanding plate appearance for Griff.
It's one of the things that Griffin Conine does so well. We know he has the pop with the exit velo, and he's got that. But he has a pretty good knowledge of the zone, and he's willing to take that walk.
So he falls behind 0-2, and he finds himself on base with 1 out here in the first for Owen Casey, who's just 6 for 41 at the plate in 14 games since his return from the injured list. Casey facing Irvin for the first time in his career. Irvin gave up 4 runs in 6 innings, lost to the Mets 4-2 last Sunday. We check in on Conine, who has just a couple of stolen bases this season at first. caught the inside corner. It's about where that fastball you were mentioning tops out at, right about 94. You won't see much more than that.
Not much more.
I mean, that's plenty if you can control it. But he won't overpower you. Here's a 1-1. And Casey takes a high curveball for strike 2.
That's a curveball that, you know, as a hitter, it's twofold. It's kind of a hanger. It's up. But because it's up, Owen Casey thought it was going to be out of the zone. And it just caught the upper half of the zone.
So Conine at first with 1 out, no score, bottom of the first. And the pitch that missed low. Casey batting .224, 13 homers in his first season with the Marlins. He's had a nice year. Just 1 for 9 this season, however, against Washington. Here's the 2-2. And that is roped on a line. That's a fair ball. That's going to roll into the corner. Let's see how far Conine can get. Cruz digs it out. He plays it in. Conine will stop at third. A ringing double into the corner for Owen Casey. And the Marlins are in business here in inning number 1.
Well, you want to hear some good news, bad news. I mean, the good news was the way Owen Casey absolutely ripped this two-seamer down and in. That's a great zone for him. The bad news, he hit it too hard. Hit this ball so hard that it got into that corner. Cruz was able to get there, and Conine wasn't able to score. But what a nice swing by Owen Casey.
And some additional bad news for the Nationals. If this gets away early, they're going to have to try to beat Yuri Perez. That's going to be hard. Here's Otto Lopez. He takes ball 1 outside. Otto played at Javier Sanoja in the 8th inning last night. Collected his team leading 154th hit of the year. That's second in baseball. Batting .307 over 125 games played. Infield is back, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air down the right field line, foul. There's Otto batting nearly .300 this season with men in scoring position with a couple of doubles, a couple of triples. And he's also hit some out of the yard. Swinging a line drive out towards right center field. Cruz dives. He can't make the catch. That'll play to pair, and the Marlins lead 2-0 here in the first. Oh, some early offense from Miami.
Well, we saw Otto with a big base hit last night. Picked up a base hit, drove in a run in the 8th inning. Trying to get back to what we saw all year, and that ball was crushed, and a little bit of a break because Owen Casey took off. If this ball's caught, he's doubled off second, but Cruz couldn't make the catch, and everything turned out just nice.
Dylan Cruz is lucky as Jacob Marcy comes to the plate, and that missed inside, that the baseball caught his uniform, because when he dove, he totally whiffed with his leather, and if that gets underneath his left armpit and didn't catch any fabric, that was going to roll all the way to the wall, and that was going to be a big problem for Washington. And it's 2-0 on Jacob, but the Marlins have already scored a couple of runs here in the first. A 1-out walk, a double, a 2-run single. Lopez now with 57 RBIs this year. Here's Jacob Marcy, who got the party started late in the ball game last night with a triple and scored a run. He was on base 3 times. He also drew a couple of walks. And Jake Irvin, who has struggled so mightily since coming off the injured list, has got to be out there thinking, well, here we go again. He has a 7.32 ERA since coming off the IL for the Nats. 2-0 is a bouncing ball to the right side. Tena spins and fires to Nunez for 1. The relay at first in time got him. It's a 4-6-3 double play, and the inning is over, but the Marlins cash in a pair and lead 2-0. Miami Marlins baseball on Marlins TV is proudly brought to you by Warner, Hoffman, Gregg, and Garcia. Beautiful day out there on the beach. Summer's still here in South Florida. It's hot outside. Marlins bats hot here in the bottom of the first, and it's 72 degrees inside the air-conditioned comfort of Lone Depot Park. So 2-0 Miami. Hey, Yuri, there's your 2 runs. And Harry Ford will lead off the second inning for Washington. It'll be Ford, Tena, and Young as Harry Ford swings and misses at a sinker for strike 1.
Yeah, giving Ruiz a day off behind the plate. Harry Ford actually a few years ago first-round pick of the Mariners.
And he takes low and away for ball 1. He's playing in his 20th game, making his 15th start. Harry Ford was 1 for 1 in the American League Championship Series last October for the Seattle Mariners facing the Toronto Blue Jays. Chopper foul, and Yuri quickly out in front of the right-handed hitting Nationals backstop 1-2. Such a special day for Yuri, Dominican Heritage Day, and it's a fun day, but again, don't think for a moment this isn't special. This is a young man when he was 11 years old in Santiago, didn't own a whole lot, didn't have cleats, showed up at his first practice in a pair of jeans. The equipment that he used to borrow, he used to give back to his coach, and when he was 11 years old, he told his mom, "I'm going to make it one day, and when I do, I'm going to buy you a house." And that's the dream that took him from playing with borrowed equipment in the DR to standing on this mound here today as that sweeper missed outside.
Well, and to his credit, I mean, he's dealt with surgeries, he's dealt with injuries, but he has worked hard to get his mechanics intact, to put things together the way we've seen over the last 10 starts.
It's the easiest kid in the world to root for. When Yuri signed in 2019 for $200,000, half of it went to his trainer, and the other half went to his dad to help him keep his mechanical shop afloat back home. 3-2 hit foul.
And what a tremendous blessing for him to be on a club that has Sandy Alcantara, who just took him in his back pocket and said, "Hey, young kid, follow me."
Sandy took a liking to Yuri at a very young age, and he has of sorts been a bit of his brother. Ford yanks that to left and deep, but going back on it is Heriberto Hernandez, who makes the catch. There's one away. Let's go downstairs to the third member of our crew, Kelly Sacco. She's got more on Yuri Perez for us.
Hey guys, at just 23 years and 129 days old, Audi is the second youngest starter to make 20-plus starts this season. Daniel Moscas, the pitching coach, he told me, "We're watching him grow before our eyes. He's seeing him care about the little things. He's taking his work more seriously, and he's controlling his emotions." Arsenal-wise, guys, he's seeing him land those off-speed pitches more consistently, and overall has become such a complete pitcher. As for the areas where he can continue to grow, they've got their eye on controlling the run game and using that quick step delivery more often. But per your point, Tommy, he has grown so much, and he's still so young. The ceiling's still so high.
Yeah, that is amazing. I think we're all amazed that he's just 23. And you're right about the last point you made. He's put in a real effort to work on that slide step, being a little quicker to the plate, to hold the base runners a little better.
Misses inside to Jose Tena, left-handed hitting second baseman for Washington. Boy, at such a young age, there's still so much learning to do for Yuri, to the extent that he's made such a big leap this season alone. He references the start in Tampa Bay that was just an awful one for him as a huge turning point in the year. Kelly, she's got a great relationship with Daniel Moscas, and we were chatting with Daniel last weekend in Cincinnati about how special his relationship has become with Yuri. And if folks missed it, when they text one another, Daniel will do so in Spanish, and in exchange, Yuri will do so in English. Yeah, it's the little things, huh?
It is great to see relationships like that with a pitching coach, with one of his pitchers, a hitting coach with one of his hitters.
Got to be a pitch clock violation, no? Yeah. What happened? There's Daniel Moscas there in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. He's done an outstanding job for the organization in his second season. I'd say his staff has a cumulative 3.94 ERA. That's the 9th best ERA in baseball. His starting staff ERA is 3.95. That's 10th best. Every single component of his pitching staff is pitching to a sub-4 ERA. And that's in large part why the Marlins are right there in the National League wild card picture, with 65 victories and 64 losses, as a 3-2 misses low. And Uri has issued his second walk of the afternoon. Well, make sure you vote for the Machete. Fill in your ballpark bracket for a chance to win tickets to try these bites in stadium. Vote at MLB.com/bracket.
I was going to get that for lunch today.
Were you really?
Yeah, I was going to get that. But I would have needed you to help me out a little.
Well, remember earlier in the year, the organization brought it up here. A couple of scoundrels up here made it disappear in a hurry. But we both tried it.
Yeah, delicious.
It was so good that we had to have a couple of folks just simply take it away from us. Jacob Young pops one foul.
By the way, early on, little command issues, couple of walks, few 3-2 counts for Uri.
His offense has staked him to an early 2-0 lead. Tana at first. The 0-2 missed a little bit low. See what he did there? He looked out towards the right field scoreboard to see some of the metrics on the pitch. And Daniel Moscas, who's done such a good job, has these guys able to recognize what may be working and maybe not working, as a slider is at the knees for called strike 3. That's the first strikeout of the afternoon. These guys are able to decipher just by looking at the metrics if that was part of the deal and if what they have done was good enough.
Well, this slider was good enough, and we talked about that hitters hitting 164 against the slider. That number's going to go down a little bit after that.
There is a light hitting shortstop in Nasim Nunez. See some of that vertical break, some of that horizontal break, the pitch type, the pitch speed. So these guys will check that out every now and then.
So much more to think about. I mean, years ago, pitchers would turn around once in a while to look at the radar gun.
And that was it.
That was it. Now they got a whole lot more to look for.
And if you were lucky enough back in the old days, on any given day, maybe you can get the radar gun operator to cook that thing a little bit, make it a little bit hotter for you. You could scare some of the opponents. Well, you even see that now with the offensive guys. A lot of players are very attuned with where everything is in the ballpark. So they'll hit a ball. They'll immediately look to see how hard it left my bat.
The exit velo.
And at what angle it left. And that is generally a pretty good indicator as to if it might just be a base hit. Fastball misses low. So 2 out here in the second. Uri trying to work around the 1-out walk.
Yeah, speaking of exit velo, the double by Owen Casey was 110 off the bat.
That'll work. But like you said, he hit it too hard. He hit it so hard he cost himself an RBI. There's the 2-1 coming to Nunez, and he'll fly that foul into the seats. And when I tell you that Nasim Nunez is a light hitting shortstop right now for the Nationals, over his last 20 games, just 8 for his last 69 at the plate. There's Blake Butera, the young manager in his first season with Washington. What a trying first season for a young first-year manager too. They suffered so many heartbreaking losses.
Yeah, by the way, another 3-2 count. And really, when you have the weak hitting shortstop, Nasim Nunez, you need to go right after him and not take it to a 3-2 count.
Well, he's taking it 3-2, so that'll loosen up Tana at first, and the 3-2 pitch is hit foul. Feeling at least initially a little reminiscent of last night. Not a whole lot of swing and miss for the Nationals. They make you work. They might not produce a whole lot, but a lot of foul balls.
Yeah, the thing too about Nunez, he's here and he got here because of that glove. In his 4 or 5 years in the minor leagues, he was a .236 hitter in the minor leagues.
Another 3-2. Is flown in the air to left. It's a piece of cake for Heriberto Hernandez. Calls everybody off, and Yuri works around the walk. And we are back, bottom of the second inning, 2-0 Marlins here on Marlins TV, powered by Major League Baseball. It'll be Hernandez, Mack, and Sanoja to bat for the Marlins here in the second. Heriberto Hernandez leading things off. Leads the Marlins with 18 homers this season. And he's got a 400 OBP with 7 RBIs during a current 8-game on-base streak. He has faced Irvin 2 prior times in his career. His first pitch fastball hit the upper rail for strike 1. And Heriberto will ask for time.
He's gotten a couple calls on that high strike.
Heriberto utilizing the sunshine yellow and neon green batting gloves and spikes as he flies this in the air down the right field line. Will it stay in play for Dylan Cruz? No. Nice catch. Yeah, outstanding play. That's Daddy handed that ball right off to his son. It's a lasting memory.
That's how memories are begun right there.
Look at the kid, steps out and Dad takes it from him.
I got it.
You see those batting gloves for Heriberto? I found out that they are Naruto inspired. We have been doing some Naruto stuff. Marlins had a Naruto night. And he also has the Naruto anime on his spikes.
We had a shot of those shoes last night. Those are nice.
You took them from your closet.
Yeah.
I love the MLB Players Weekend. In fact, I think MLB should loosen some of their rules and let guys express themselves even more. I just think it makes it fun, you know, as long as it doesn't get too out of whack. But batting gloves and spikes and that stuff are fun.
We get that sweeper. If the sweeper had come a little bit more over the plate, he could have done some damage on that. It just kind of stayed inside.
See if Irvin hangs him another. Swing at a fly ball in the air, belted deep left field. Way back she goes. Gone. Heriberto turning and burning on a heater from Jake Irvin. Is that the damage you were looking for?
Yeah, I was thinking more breaking ball, but he did damage on that four-seamer. He didn't waste any time. That ball got out quickly. Number 19 on the year for Heriberto, who's cooled off a little bit here in the month of August, so it's good to see him swing the bat that way.
3-0 good guys. We're in the bottom of the second. Joe Mack dribbles one foul.
Let's see where this pitch is, Kyle. Middle, up a little bit, out over the plate, extend, launch.
Look at the balance.
That's how you put together home run number 19.
That ball got out dangerously fast. Good for Heriberto Hernandez. And another Marlins home run for healthcare, brought to you by Leon Medical Centers. Each Marlins homer this season means a donation to the League Against Cancer, delivering free care in South Florida. The bullpen bar and grill did not stop that ball. I think it might still be rolling. Off his bat, 22-degree launch angle. on a string out of here in a jiffy. And now he can admire some of his work. Bouncing ball to the right side by Joe Mack, handled cleanly by Tana. There's one away. It's 3-0 Miami as we step aside to get you a quick message from FPL.
At FPL, our teams are working every day because reliability isn't an option, it's a commitment. FPL, working for you every single day.
Just thinking, watching Alberto look at the iPad and admiring that home run. Years ago, you had to wait till the 11 o'clock sports news.
Yeah, when you went to the tube, you had to turn the dials and hope the bunny ears were pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, you had to wait till the sports came on, the 11 o'clock news.
And if you missed that, that was your only shot.
Yeah.
Here is Javier Sonoja, last night's hero. And by the way, after this half inning, we're not going to go to commercial break. We're going to keep it right here. The Marlins on Dominican Heritage Night have a very special presentation for El Caballo, Marlins ace Sandy Alcantara, honoring his achievements this year. So we're going to keep it right here. Sonoja bouncing ball left side on the backhand. Nunez off balance throw. He got him 2 out.
You see why Nassim Nunez is there at short. He can absolutely pick it. Drafted by the Marlins out of high school outside Atlanta.
Don't miss a moment this season with Marlins.tv, presented by Werner Hoffman, Greg and Garcia. Time running out, just 33 games left, including today. Stream the rest of the season within Marlins territory. Watch games at home or on the go, and stay connected all year long. Subject to national exclusivities. Visit Marlins.tv for details and start streaming today. Here's the number 9 hitter, Esteury Ruiz. He was 1 for 2 in game 1. Playing his 10th career game against the Nationals. Oh, no. He did not swing, according to first base umpire Stu Sherwater. And Esteury was hit by that pitch. Oh, I hope he's okay. Wait, look, they're looking and feeling that upper right bicep. Is that a foul ball, though?
Near the wrist, it looks like. Let's see. Did he swing?
Oh, no, I guess it caught his forearm first. Ouch. It hit him twice. Yeah. He's right. Well, if that forearm and bicep were tense, there's a lot of muscle there, but it still doesn't feel good. He's trying to rub it out.
All right,
Ward making sure he's okay.
Yeah, with 2 out, you would expect to see Ruiz take off early and give Xavier a chance to drive him in.
It's the second night in a row somebody's been hit in the number 9 spot. Jimenez last night. Well, X was first pitch swinging in the bottom of the first. Ruiz has a monster lead.
So here's a little numbers game for you.
Please.
The Marlins came into this game with 131 stolen bases and 131 home runs. Well, they now have 132 home runs. So it's time for that 132nd steal.
I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
And if they stay on that same trajectory the rest of the year, we're really going to be in business at the end of September. As many stolen bases as homers, that'd be great. Esteury leads the team with 29 stolen bases. Another throw over to first. That's the second disengagement. I think that lead might grow a little bit larger now. Nationals wanted to be certain that he got that right hand back into the back part of the bag. Look at that lead. I might be able to swipe second with that lead, Hut. And Edwards flies a changeup to center. He hit it pretty well, but not well enough. Back onto the warning track is Young. A solo shot by Heriberto Hernandez, his 19th of the year. It's 3-0 Miami. We're going to keep it right here at Lone Depot Park, and we're going to send it off to Miami's outstanding public address announcer, Frank Fernandez.
Make some noise for Sandy Alcantara.
Very nicely done by the Marlins in-game presentation team. And congratulations to Sandy Alcantara, who, when it's all said and done one day, is going to be in the Marlins Hall of Fame here. And actually, up on the Legends level at Lone Depot Park, they've updated some of their signage that already commemorates
there it is.
accomplishments, which is really nicely done by the org.
As it should be.
Yes.
As it should be. I mean, not only, and we've talked about it so often, not only has he represented the organization on the field, but off the field as well.
Very small thing, but it's also a very nice gesture by the organization while we're on the road to update some of that stuff, because Sandy deserves that. So good on everybody. And again, congratulations to Sandy, who's been such an incredible steward of the organization. Just a one-of-a-kind human. As we go to the top of the third, 3-0 Miami. Back to business here. Boy, if you're a Marlins fan and it's 3-0 Miami, and Yuri Perez is on the mound, you got to love the spot you're in right now.
Yeah, it got me thinking, seeing Sandy here at Lone Depot, thinking about the WBC, and thinking that maybe in a couple of years we'll see Yuri Perez pitching for the Dominican in the WBC.
Look at that. That's really cool. Even in the thick of the battle, his manager coming over just to give him a hug and a handshake and to thank him for everything. He's supposed to go opposite of Peyton Tolle on Tuesday night. That's going to be an outstanding pitching matchup. Get some of his numbers.
Well, the Marlins are going to see three of the best from the Red Sox. Ranger Suarez, Tolle, and Sonny Gray. Sonny Gray.
I said Aaron Nola. Hey, that's foul tipped and hung on to by Joe Mack. And Yuri's got his second strikeout of the afternoon. So one strikeout now on the slider, one on the sweeper.
You know, it wasn't the best of sliders, but it was just enough. And it was just off the plate, just on the corner.
So one up and one down, and back to the top of the order we go, and Dalen Lyle swings and misses. Let's take a look at our Coors Light cold hard facts. We just saw a strikeout on a pitch in the zone. Look at Yuri's whiff rate on pitches in zone this season, trailing only Mizrowski, Cease, and Schlittler. Did you see that matchup in Milwaukee yesterday? Chris Sale versus the Miz. You know, the Braves and the Brewers just wrapped up game 2 today. Atlanta lost again. They've lost 5 in a row as Lyle swings and misses. The Little League World Series MLB Classic game is tomorrow night. I have a suspicion that those 12 and 13-year-olds are going to be going nuts over Jacob Mizrowski.
Well, he went 6 innings in that game, struck out 6, took his record to 13-5 with a 168 ERA.
That's unbelievable. I mean, the pitching just gets so much better year over year in the league. It's amazing that the offense can continue to catch up. Let's take a look at some Major League Baseball news and notes for you on this Saturday. Alec Bohm with a walk-off triple. Phillies won their 7th straight. They're starting to run down the Braves in the East. Jake Rogers, he erased a 4-0 White Sox deficit. They beat the Mets 6-4. And Jacob Mizraowski, there you go, lowered that ERA to 1.68. Milwaukee upends sailing the Braves 2-1.
Yeah, there was some bad news for the Dodgers, losing Andy Paez. Their center fielder's having a terrific year. Got hit on the wrist. It looks like he probably will be out the rest of the season.
2-2. His line foul. Yeah, I saw the Dodgers reports after the game. They were thinking 4 to 5 weeks, but then again, you have to account for, are there any setbacks? Then you got to get going. So I'm sure their hope, at least at this juncture, is let's make sure you're a full go for the postseason. But who knows how that stuff plays out. There's some fast healers and some slow healers. Dalen Lyle had his first 3-hit game since early July last night. He's having a great career against the Marlins. 0 for 1 today, but batting .375 in 14 career games against Miami.
Another 3-2 count.
Making them work, aren't they?
4th 3-2 count for Uri this game.
About to throw his 54th pitch. Here it comes. And another foul ball. Well, I like this young man. I've enjoyed watching Dalen Lyle when we've had an opportunity to play the Nationals. Very young guy, 23 years old, out of Louisville, Kentucky. 2nd round pick out of high school in 2021. And he strikes out looking. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And Uri shot the knees. That's his 3rd strikeout in his last 4 Nationals he's faced.
Unhittable.
Yeah, it is.
He throws 100 that moves and comes back and catches that inside part of the plate. That is unhittable.
And Uri wins that 10-pitch battle. So here is Dylan Cruz with nobody on and 2 out. Almost got hit by that backed up slider.
So a little trouble with the breaking pitches, and what's happened, he gets into situations where pretty much a hitter knows they're going to see that fastball, albeit 98 or 100 miles an hour. So that's why we're seeing some pretty good cuts and some foul balls off that fastball.
I don't know what's going to happen, but we've talked about Uri establishing some new career highs. But just some of the folks I've talked to, there's an opportunity down the stretch. Maybe he's laboring a little bit a day like today, and the Marlins have a 4-5-0 lead. It might be a good day to shut him down after 5. Get him a breather. He's going past limits he's never been before. So they're going to be careful, but there's not necessarily any restrictions, if that makes sense.
There's a great example, by the way. Fell behind 2-0. And so I guarantee you Cruz was sitting on 100 mile an hour, and he just threw a nice get me over slider in and got the swing and miss.
And a 2-1 slider is bounced to shortstop. That's a piece of cake for Otto Lopez, and the side is retied. 3-0 Miami. Back here at Lone Depot Park, bottom of the 3rd, score brought to you by Warner Hoffman, Greg, and Garcia. Marlins with a 3-0 lead as they look to win the series. It is Dominican Heritage Night. So we are taking a look at the Dominican-born MLB Hall of Famers. Juan Marichal, Pedro, Vladi, Big Papi, and Adrian Beltre.
Yeah, the most recent, Adrian Beltre. What a solid third baseman, Gold Glover he was in his career.
From Conine, bounces the first on that he sees to second, and he's quickly retired to start the 3rd.
And I don't think anybody had bigger hits in postseason than Big Papi.
Oh my gosh. Well, next telecast comes your way tomorrow, and we're going to be up a half hour early. We're going to be on the air at 1 o'clock. It's Tommy's Day.
Yeah, get here early, Kyle.
Early. Gates open a little after 8. No, I'm just kidding. Get in your seats early. Tommy's going to wave at you for 4 hours. I'll be here early. What time's the game? 1:40, about 1:35. I'll wish you well and do our thing. So here's Owen Casey, who just roped a double into the right field corner back in the first. We were walking out to the parking garage after the ball game last night, and Hunt, you had your glove in there just in case. You never know. You're always ready. And whose glove was it?
Well, it's a glove that Al Leiter gave me years ago.
Unbelievable.
Because I was looking, I needed a glove one day. I was in spring training. I needed a glove for something, and Al said, "Here, take this one."
It's so good. Still game ready. Casey takes a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Owen.
People always ask me over the years some of your favorite players. It's hard to pick out guys. I don't want to leave guys out, but Al Leiter certainly always on that list. Juan Pierre, Dan Uggla, and many more.
And Casey strikes out looking at a curveball for out number 2. And now a message from Doral Kia.
Take advantage of a pricito now on all of your favorite new Kia models. Like a new Kia K5, Sportage, Sorento, Soul, and more.
Now, you can't say Dan Uggla's name and not say and his name is.
Yeah, that's right. And you keep helping me out the way you do. You'll move up on that partner list, broadcast partner list.
Yeah, right. Get out of here. Here's Otto Lopez, born in the Dominican Republic. Moved to Montreal at a young age, but then when he was 14 to chase the dream, he told his family, "I'm going back."
Yeah, I think he realized his family probably did too. The I don't want to say importance, but the history of Dominican players and baseball in that country.
Otto flies this to left. And Pinckney's got it, and the inning is over.
It is Dominican Heritage Celebration here at Lone Depot Park. There you see 4 Dominican greats: Hanley Ramirez, Moises Alou, Luis Castillo, and Sandy Alcantara, who have all played here for parts of their big league careers. And as we can see from our Toyota trend, it is the Marlins in 2026 with the most Dominican-born players. Of their 7 total, 4 of them in the starting lineup here today, including their starter, Eury Perez. And guys, how extra special is this? All 3 runs today, courtesy of Dominican-born players, with Otto Lopez 2-run single in the first, and Heriberto Hernandez's solo shot in the second, while Eury Perez, he's on the mound for his 4th inning of work. He's throwing 3 scoreless.
Wow, Kelly, that's outstanding. Thank you. I didn't know the Marlins led the charge in the Dominican Republic department. There's a swing and a miss by Brady House to begin the 4th. What do you think, when you think back? Is it Juan Marichal that really set the stage for Dominican players growing up loving? Obviously their love for the game predated Juan, but he was that glowing figure for them.
Yeah, I think once you had somebody who was such a standout as he was, believe it or not, it's always amazing when you look back at his career. He never won a Cy Young.
Is that right?
Because Sandy Koufax was winning them.
Oh, he's pretty good.
Every year. Yeah. Yeah, as incredible a career. You look at some of his seasons, 25-6, ERA below 3, but never a Cy Young for Juan Marichal. The Dominican dandy.
There's a
That was
swing
a
and
dandy
miss.
right there.
Yes, it was. 4th strikeout for Yuri. It's his 2nd on that sweeper. All right, so here you go. Your Dominican-born Marlins, where they're from. Yuri, Sandy, Heriberto, Otto, Augustine, and Davison de los Santos. Welcome back to the ball club. Born in the capital of Santo Domingo.
I was asking Otto when we had a chance to talk to him today during batting practice, because there was a time where it seemed like every team was signing a shortstop out of the Dominican from San Pedro de Macorís. He says about an hour and a half from where he grew up.
And then, almost as if he was a part of the tourism department, he said, fellas, make sure you get a flight and go down. Abimelec Ortiz, who lays off a sinker for ball 3. Yuri kind of fell off the mound. You know, where Yuri grew up in Santiago, there were not ball fields in his immediate neighborhood. He didn't grow up necessarily in a baseball hotbed. So he and a group of kids would find a makeshift field under a bridge near a river. And they would, you know, get tree limbs and they would carve their bats out of them. And, you know,
this is a cardboard for gloves.
Yeah, some of them. You know, his story is not unique in any way. It is to himself personally, but, you know, you hear of so many youngsters that grow up and make it out of the Dominican and make it to Major League Baseball. Their stories, many of them are very similar, as Yuri issues a walk to Ortiz. You know, Kelly's been down to the Dominican Republic, and what do you know about all that, Kelly?
Guys, I had the pleasure of going down to the DR twice with the Marlins, once in 2017, once in 2019. Check this out. That's D. Strange Gordon in the middle. I'm off to the left. We were driving in a van, and we just saw these kids in the streets playing baseball. It just speaks to the culture and how much they live and breathe for the sport of baseball. So D saw them, and he said, I want to play with them. He stopped the van. Said, stop the van. And we stopped the van and we just jumped out. And he's like, hey, man. He's like, Kelly, translate for me. Translate for me. He's like, tell me when to play. I said, okay. So we just told the kids, hey, can we play with you? And we sat there for probably 45 minutes playing with the kids in the street. It was so much fun.
That is awesome. Those shots are like timeless when you see some of the conditions down there and the way some of these young boys and girls grow up. But they just have that insatiable love for the game as Harry Ford swings and misses. And it means a lot to a lot of these guys. It means a lot to everybody, but so many of those Latin kids that grow up with nothing and they make it and they're able to provide and give back is really neat. Harry Ford is 0 for 1 in this game. He lined out back in the 2nd. Ortiz at first with 1 out here in the 4th. Marlins with a 3-0 lead. And Yuri fires a 1-1. It's a beautifully executed slider for strike 2.
Yeah, all of a sudden the sliders become a little better pitch for him. Going back to last inning.
Well, I know you've talked about this before. Like many good aces, you better get to them early, because if you don't and they really settle in, you've got a big issue on your hands. That might be what the Nationals are running into as that sweeper missed inside. And Joe thought about challenging. No, he didn't. He didn't challenge. Or was it Yuri that challenged? I didn't. Well, ABS powered by T-Mobile, and the Marlins are without a challenge now. I saw Joe peek around the plate. He knew that it was a ball, and he thought about challenging, but it didn't look like he executed it. Watch him. He even shakes his head no.
He didn't quite touch his helmet, but he gave the challenge sign by raising his arm up there.
That sinker misses high, so
another 3-ball count.
Yeah,
5th time.
This feels like a 5-inning afternoon for Yuri.
He just doesn't have the command that we've seen him have, but it goes to show you how well he can pitch.
Check swing dribbler out to second. Edwards will go to first for the out. There's 2 away. Speaking of Xavier Edwards, our youth player of this afternoon's ball game loves X, and this is Ethan, who plays for the Boca Raton Pirates of the South Florida Travel Baseball League. And Ethan loves watching the Marlins. He loves baseball cards, hanging out with his friends, and well, he wants to work alongside X one day.
And why wouldn't you?
Why
love
wouldn't
X? I think baseball cards are coming back. Read an article recently.
Oh, in a big way.
Starting to get real popular.
There's big money involved there. Maybe something you could take up next year. I'll buy you a hobby box. Maybe you get a good pull. We'll split the proceeds.
I think mine went up from a nickel to 6 cents.
Better than mine. At least it's worth something. You know who signs a lot when we're on the road? Is Gabby or Nelly. Gabby signs a lot in Philadelphia.
And they love Gabby. In the Northeast, everybody loves Nelly.
Yeah. Well, they love his baseball cards. I guess they try to turn around and sell. I've told them, I said, I don't really think they love you. I think they love your signature. Is that 2-0 missed arm side up and away for ball 3.
See, today the mechanics just aren't there for Uri.
18 consecutive scoreless innings, second longest of his career.
But the Nationals have been gettable in this series with men on base. They were 2 for 16 last night with men on base. 0 for 4 today.
And again, with no Abrams or Wood, or as you brought up, Garcia, it's very difficult for this Nationals offense right now to generate runs. Just 2 runs on 9 hits last night. And Uri comes home with a 3-1, and Tena bounces it to the left side for Otto. Quick trigger throw to first, gets by Conine. That's going to play to run. Wasn't a great throw by Lopez. Conine tried to pick it and keep his foot on the bag. A run scores. Now it's 3-1. We'll see how they score it.
Well, there'll have to be an error tagged on there. It could be an infield hit because the error allows Ortiz to score from second base. It'll probably be a hit and then an error.
We shall see, but the Nationals are on the board. And a sinker is flown to center. Nationals get a run in the 4th. They leave a man on base. It's 3-1 Miami after 3.5. Well, we are going to celebrate our own legend tomorrow at 1:40. It's Tommy's final season in the booth. Arrive early for a special pregame ceremony recognizing all of your incredible achievements and impact on us and the generations of fans. Get those tickets at marlins.com/tickets. Oh gosh, I could watch this video all day. Look at that, hon. Love the question mark at the end.
Hey, even black and white there. That takes you back a ways, doesn't it, Kyle?
Oh God, yeah. Now let me tell you something. There's Hut. There is a gem mint condition Tommy Hutton baseball card listed on sportsmemorabilia.com.
Uh-oh.
I want you to take one guess what you think a card of yours could be listed for.
15 cents. They're like in that area, yeah.
Your card is listed for $705.
Kidding me? I got a few of those at home. I may cash in.
Insurance rates are rising. The FPL bill continues to increase. It's a Philadelphia Phillies PSA 10 gem mint listed for $705 as Marcy flies this to right field. Pretty deep. Cruz back. Warning track. Wall gone into the Nationals bullpen. Jacob Marcy.
Get a hold of those Marcy cards. The Marcy card just went up. But we saw it last night. We've talked about it. He had a couple of walks and then the big triple. The swings have started to be more consistent. Here's a changeup. Floats out over the plate. And Jacob Marcy all over it.
Outstanding. Here is Heriberto, who hit his 19th home run of the season back in the second. So another Marlins home run for healthcare, brought to you by Leon Medical Centers. Each Marlins homer this season means a donation to the League Against Cancer, delivering free care in South Florida.
Yeah, the Marlins have brought out a little long ball in this one today.
It's nice to see, isn't it? Some production from right there in the middle of the order. So 4-1, Marlins get the run the Nationals got in the top half of the inning right back. And that one backs up Hernandez, and now it's 3-1. So a couple of homers, solo shots to lead off innings here today. Hernandez in the second, Marcy here in the fourth. Three-two is yanked on a line foul. Whoa. All right, let's take a look at our Good Greek moving and storage roster move of the day. Logan Driscoll up for one game. The catcher was optioned to AAA Jacksonville. And welcome back Davison De Los Santos, who sounds like he's going to collect some starts when the Marlins are facing a lefty. Obviously a lot of power for De Los Santos, who could be used in late game situations as well, as Hernandez gets tied up and there's ball four.
Yeah, he's been working a little bit over first base, De Los Santos.
He was having a really good year with Jacksonville. Here's Joe Mack. Upon his recall, De Los Santos led the Jumbo Shrimp in average, RBIs, slugging, hits, doubles, extra base hits, total bases. He's tied for the most homers on the team with 18 with Kemp Alderman. So Marlins do pull some slug back up to the show. Oh. It was close, but Ortiz couldn't handle the throw. A 1-run, 1-hit for Washington. 4 runs and 4 hits for Miami. Uh-oh. That was close. He was leaning.
Yeah, he was
jumping.
Dancing and leaning. And by the way, it's always nice with that home run of Jacob Marcy. It's always nice to come back after the opposition puts a run up in the top of the inning.
Oh yeah.
So the Marlins were able to do that quickly.
This kind of kills any momentum you may have thought you had. Joe Mack 0 for 1 today. Irvin is about to throw his 62nd pitch of the afternoon. Uri has thrown a lot more. 80 through 4 innings, including 14 foul balls. Hernandez bouncing. He slams on the brakes, and a changeup is rolled foul. He was so eager to go. He had some big old bunny hops off first over there. He just couldn't time it up, I guess.
Yeah, I guess the best way to put it is that he certainly looks runnerish over at first.
Thought he was going to go on the last pitch.
Yeah,
I
did
don't know
too.
if he might have spooked himself because the lead was so big. And the jump may have been so good. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. I think he broke his bat. Little flare, shallow right, could fall, and it will. That bat will die a hero, and Joe Mack has a base knock.
You know, guys will tell you when you hit a ball 420 feet, rocket it out, sometimes you don't even feel it.
Yeah.
But on this one, you feel, but it's just as gratifying to get that base hit. Boy, they've been a couple of tough plays for Dylan Cruz out there in right field.
that one. At least he knew somebody was backing him up. So just a full yard sale. His neck might be sore. Simon Matthews, the pitching coach, out there chatting with Irvin. Make sure you hang around until the stretch in the 7th. Brought to you by our good friends at Celsius Energy Drinks. Texting your wife, telling her to find those mint condition cards, by the way?
Yeah.
I'm asking, have you? Grab those 10 and put them up for sale?
Yeah, right now, my sons are probably scrambling around on my desk trying to find those things.
Gonna get home tonight. It's gonna look like somebody broke in. What happened? All right, here's Javier Sanoja, who grounded out back in the 2nd. His average sitting at 281 on the year. And Javi bounces one foul outside of 3rd.
Javi with his 2 hits last night extended his hitting streak, 5 in a row, hitting over 470 during that time. Believe it or not, he's 4th on the team in RBIs.
And Clayton McCullough postgame last night when you and I were in the car together, Hut.
Yeah.
Listening, he was very quick to point out, just would like to remind the audience, this kid's only 23 years old. But Javi's been great. 1st and 2nd, trouble brewing, nobody out here in the 4th. Irvin kicks and fires a 1-2 that's hit foul.
You think about the RBI total, the leader on the club is Otto Lopez with 55. Owen Casey has 52.
I think Liam Hicks still leads the team, doesn't he?
and Javi with 50.
And he reaches for that cutter and floats it out to right. Hernandez will bluff a tag. Cruz has a decent arm, and everybody will stay put. So 1 gone here in the 4th, and that'll bring Esteury Ruiz to the plate. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd. He was hit by that pitch. I think it ricocheted off of his forearm and up into his right bicep. Hernandez at 2nd, Mack at 1st. Esteury swings and misses. Great day for a ball game here in Miami. Marlins continue their winning ways here at home and against the Nationals. They've won each of their last 6 games against Washington since dropping the first meeting this year. And an 0-2 is cut on and miss. And a couple of outs for Irvin after the homer walk-in single. And we'll go back to the top of the order for Edwards. Now make sure you come out to the ballpark tomorrow, well, for a variety of reasons, but for a pregame Sunday brunch. It is excellent. First pitch at 1:40. It's presented by Free AF tomorrow. Special package includes a game ticket, 2-course brunch, 2 hours of bottomless mimosas, plus unlimited soft drinks, coffee, and cafecito. Get those tickets by visiting marlins.com/brunch. Edwards takes ball 1. What time are you getting here tomorrow, Hut? The whole crew's coming. What time are you rolling in?
Yeah, we get here about 11:30.
All right.
A little later than normal. He's got the whole crew coming.
Doing a breakfast in the morning with everybody?
Not with everybody.
Hey, I hate to think you're not going to be at your sharpest tomorrow with so much distraction, but we'll get through it.
Well, I know you'll carry me up here during the game.
No, you've been the one doing the carrying up here, my friend. It's going to be great, though. You're going to go down to the suite that the Marlins have so graciously set you and your family up in. Hang out with them for a couple of innings. We can chat down there.
Can I chat with you when I'm down there?
Yeah, sounds like.
I'm going to be mic'd up.
Sounds like that technology is available.
Okay.
Granddaughter's throwing out the first pitch. Oh, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. Then we're right back to business Monday.
Yeah, we got it. We talked about the Red Sox. I was just looking ahead. I know people poo-poo the wins and losses, but Sonny Gray is 16-3 in the final game of that series.
I don't think you can poo-poo that. I think when you look at those numbers. Now, if somebody's 8-8, different story. If you've won 16 games and lost 3, it's a pretty good indication that you're pitching well, and when you're doing the pitching, your team's doing a lot of winning, obviously. So in the bottom of the 4th, Marlins have gotten a homer from Marcy here in the inning. And Edwards strikes out on a curveball. So a run, a couple of hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. Jacob Marcy's getting hot this summer. This is his 8th homer of the year. It was a moonshot that needed to be cleared to land in the bullpen in right. And it's 4-1 Fish.
It is a 4-1 Marlins lead here on Dominican Heritage Night. I'm so excited to be joined by Manuel Luna, CCO of Aerojet, and it's here on Dominican Heritage Night. What an exciting time we've been having. What's the experience been like here today for the game?
And it's more excited when the pitcher is Dominican and we are winning. So it's more proud of us. We are the Dominican proud airline partner of the Marlins, and we are such Dominican, but also building the new hub of aviation in Dominican Republic for all the Americas. So for us, this partnership is amazing. We have generated today with this Dominican ambience something spectacular. Everybody wearing the t-shirts, dancing merengue, bachata, cheering for a Dominican pitcher, and we're winning, so couldn't be better.
Just having a great time. You can feel the energy here at the DR Beach Club. You mentioned the partnership. Why was it such a natural fit?
You know, Miami, it's one of the most important places for Dominicans, New York and Miami. And when we created Aerojet as an airline, we always knew that this is going to be such important market. And with the Marlins, you know, this park is such significant for Dominicans because we play here at the Dominican World, the World Baseball Classic. And when we play here, this is like Santo Domingo, you know, 38,000 Dominicans around. And everybody knows that this is a great place and we generate so much value for the brand. And we make activation every month. We bring tour operators, journalists, influencers, and generate more awareness for our brand and people to know that they can go for vacation to Dominican Republic, not only in their traditional airlines, but also in this Dominican airline that is fun, that it's world class, that is gonna treat you better and cheaper and easier. So this partnership with the Marlins, we're very, very excited. Everything that we have done together in this year and looking forward to be a long-lasting partnership.
We were talking about this just moments ago off camera about how much fun your group has been having here, not just today, but every single month here in the Beach Club. However, it's unmatched to visiting the DR itself. So tell me, why should we go back to the DR?
We go back to the DR because we like to welcome people. We are very warm. You're going to have a great time over there. Some of the most beautiful beaches of the world. And as you see, we are fun. Like everybody that comes here to the beach club, we have a spin wheel over there, giving tickets away, hats, every kind of merchandising. It's fun. It's fun, and people, we like to welcome you. So come to Dominican Republic in Aerojet and have a good time. And if you don't want to go to Dominican Republic, at least use Aerojet to go to Argentina, Colombia, or whatever. But come and try us.
Manuel, thank you so much. And Kyle, Tommy, you know, I just talked about this a couple innings ago. I've been to the DR. You guys have to get out there yourself.
And you have to come back in Aerojet next time.
You hear that? If you don't see me at the games, you know where I'm going to be.
All right.
Well, Kelly, I actually made a great trip to the Dominican, to Casa de Campo and play golf down there. Beautiful resort in the Dominican.
Well, Manuel has hooked me. I'm out for the remainder of the game. I'm on Aerojet.com and looking to book a trip for early September. We could leave on Monday, September 7th. We could return September 10th. It's 2 hours each way for $200 round trip.
I like it.
Huh? Mercy.
Aren't you working games then, though?
Who knows? I have to look at the schedule. The Dominican Republic has come calling.
By the way, there's a couple ways to look at this game for Yuri. We've talked about he hasn't had pinpoint stuff. The mechanics are off a little bit. He's had 10 3-ball counts and 6 3-2 counts. But think about it. The only base hit's an infield single in the 4th inning, and then that bloop base hit by Pinckney right there.
So his next pitch will be number 91. 48 strikes, 41 balls. It's been a laborious outing, and a 1-2 is dribbled foul. Yeah, this one smells like a 5 shutout inning affair, and Yuri can leave in line for his 7th win of the season today.
That's right. Get through this inning.
Marlins used Eknis, Zuber, Gibson, Fauché, and Fairbanks last night before their bottom of the 9th inning walk-off winner. And a 1-2 pitch to Lyle with Pinckney at first. There's a bouncing ball to second. Edwards to Lopez. The turn at first is wide. Probably weren't going to get Lyle anyway, but they do force out Pinckney, and there's 2 out now. There's Augustine Ramirez, and you can be one of the first 10,000 fans through the gates. It's coming up on August 25th and receive an exclusive Augustine Ramirez Gus Bus bobblehead presented by the Dominican Republic Tourism Department, and catch the Marlins and the Nationals at 1:40. It's coming up tomorrow. So Tommy Hutton Day tomorrow. Augustine Ramirez bobblehead.
Get the Gus Bus bobblehead too
tomorrow. I said August 25th. I do apologize. That's coming up tomorrow, August 23rd. A lot going on. You can brunch, get your bobblehead, and celebrate Hutton. That's a full day.
It's a good day right there.
A great day. And tomorrow your matchup, Jackson Kent, the left-hander who sports a 9.39 ERA, versus Jensen Junk, who will put in a bid tomorrow for his 7th win of the year.
So Jackson against Jansen.
Sure there'll be no confusion there. Lyle at first with 2 outs, nearing the halfway point of this ball game today. Marlins trying to win yet another series, and here at home they're looking for their 40th home win here today. Yuri comes home with a 1-2, and Cruz lays off a sweeper. Foul. Another foul ball.
But the Nats have done that a lot. Hit 38 foul balls last night, and they've hit 18 today off Yuri.
Exhausted watching him. The runner goes, and that is lined softly into shallow right. Here comes Ruiz into a dive. It rolled out of his glove. A run is going to score. Ruiz is in a whole lot of pain in right field. And now it's a 4-2 game, but the concern now will be for Yuri. Esteury Ruiz is laying on his back and right. Hopefully they just got the wind knocked out of him, and he's trying to get himself up, and he does. Ooh, thank goodness.
Yeah, the fear when you see an outfielder do that or a slide into second base is a shoulder injury, a wrist injury. So you hope it's just because you get that, you want to get that glove down.
Oh, he had it, huh?
And then it just popped out. The impact just didn't have time to get the other hand in to keep the ball in the glove.
He did grab his wrist a
It kind
little
of turned
bit.
back with the left wrist, the glove wrist kind of bent backwards.
He also fell pretty hard on his belly. Yeah, look at him grabbing at that wrist. Oh, and Brad LaRosa, an outstanding member of the training staff, was doing some serious work on that wrist, and it looks like Esteri Ruiz is A-OK. Thank goodness, because he totally sold out for that ball.
He did for a minute. Well, he did have it. I thought he made the catch.
Almost did. It was as soon as his wrist went backwards is when that ball kind of catapulted out of his glove. Brad and Clayton will go back to the dugout. The Nationals now trail by 2. An RBI double for Cruz, and House will bat. Now there is activity in that Marlins bullpen. Michael Peterson is loosening. Again, Yuri has thrown 98 pitches. You're exhausted watching him as hard as he's working.
It's been one of those outings. You just want him to finish this inning here. You don't want Clayton to have to go to the bullpen.
That sweat dripping off his neck. Here is House, who's 0 for 1 in this game. So next pitch now for Yuri will be number 100.
Yeah, he just hasn't looked comfortable. The body language hasn't been there for him.
And he could also be a little bit tired. This has been a long year for Yuri. He has reached limits he's never been to before. There's a 1-0. Swinging a fly ball to right. Another chance. This is not a real tester for Esteri Ruiz, who makes the catch. Nationals get a run. It's 4-2.
After a huge new order was placed, we switched to AT&T.
Home Depot Park, an outstanding crowd in attendance here in Miami this afternoon. Marlins leading game 2 4-2. It's time to take a look at our Ocean Bank Making Waves minor league report. Brandon Compton of the Blue Wahoos, promoted to AA on June 30th. He's got 30 home runs in minor league baseball this season. He's the 13th ranked prospect in the system, 46th overall pick in 2025. That young man is a stud. 30 bombs. That is very reminiscent to Griffin Conine, who led all of minor league baseball when he was coming up through the ranks in home runs one year. So here's Miami slugging first baseman.
Doesn't matter what class it is. If you hit 30, it's going to get a lot of people's attention.
Sure will. It's got mine. See, Griffin Conine had 36 homers in 2021. And he split his time that year between Beloit and Pensacola. Dang. And he takes strike 2.
I've said it before, because you hear comps of certain players, and my comp with Griffin is Mike Yastrzemski.
Really?
Who came on later.
Oh, okay.
He was a guy, a college guy, who didn't really get settled at the big league level. And he's had a real nice career. Mike Yastrzemski's 35, going to be 36 in a couple of days. But his first full year in the big leagues, he was 28 with San Francisco.
Conine strikes out on a changeup. Jake Irvin has his 4th strikeout of the day. Yeah, some guys blossom late.
Yeah, Yastrzemski, a Vandy guy, and Griff, a Duke guy.
A little bit like Troy Johnston from last season as well. Took him a long time to get to the major leagues, but having himself a decent season out there in Colorado with the Rockies. Right? Not everybody's 23 years old like the baby goat, Yuri Perez. Oh, that backdoor curveball, that's a beauty from Irvin. Nothing that Casey was going to do with that. It's 0-2. Owen stroked a double into the right field corner and scored on the 2-run single from Otto Lopez with 1 out in the first. And 0-2 fastball missed low. Bounce to the right side, but Irvin got a late start off the mound, and Ortiz will have to take care of it himself. You could hear somebody yell over because Irvin was spectating.
Yeah, when you get late off the mound, you're happy that you have a first baseman who got to that ball quickly and took it himself. See, he didn't get over until he heard his catcher yell, "Get over."
I think he even told Ortiz, "My bad." Harry Ford hollering. So here's Otto, who's 1 for 2. Collected his 56th and 57th RBIs of the season back in the first. That staked the Marlins to a 2-0 lead. Nationals slowly trying to claw their way back in this one. It's a 4-2 game. Otto is a man of many interests, but on Players Weekend, he would like everybody to know he likes his anime. He's big into cars. I guess his anime show of choice is Demon Slayer. Two strikes on Otto, who's got 60 hits with 2 strikes this season. That's tied for the 5th most in baseball. He's hitting .251 in 2-strike situations this year. The league average is .168.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you look at that, and every pitcher should look at that and realize what hitters hit when they have 2 strikes on them.
Feels like this game is a total drag the way these two pitchers are just working it, right? I mean, they are having to work so hard for everything. And there's ball 3.
Well,
These
it took Yuri 100 pitches for his 5 innings.
Him and Irvin are really having to pitch today. They're not throwing, they are pitching. And they are working extremely hard to get themselves through 5 innings. Yuri's done it. Irvin's on the verge. The young man on the left was Simon Matthews. There's Clayton McCullough and Carson Vitale. Here's Otto Lopez, and here's the 3-2. Hit hard, but right to the second baseman, Tano, who takes care of it. It's a perfect bottom of the 5th for Irvin. We'll go to the 6th, 4-2 Miami. It's a party here in Miami this afternoon. A couple of homers, Hernandez and Marcy. Very festive atmosphere, very WBC-esque. Now here is Michael Peterson on relief of Yuri Perez. Both starting pitchers today combined to throw 193 pitches.
Yeah, Big Mike comes in, Michael Peterson. He'll feature some gas and some sliders. Done a really nice job, and he's kind of settled in now. His role is key situations, but middle of the game.
His ERA is at 3.61, which is almost a full point higher than it was before his 4-inning blow up in Philadelphia earlier in the week. I felt so bad for him because he was so distraught after that game. That was a game Marlins thought they should have won. It happens. Like, relievers are not going to be perfect all year, but Peterson was really shouldering the load earlier in the week in Philadelphia. But here he is back on the mound today.
And it looks like with good stuff. Boy, just to give you an indication of Uri's afternoon, fewest pitches he threw in any inning was the first inning. He threw 17. And he only had 1-2-3 inning of his 5.
It's hard to do. Had to labor.
Yeah, he threw 20 or more pitches in an inning 3 times.
Here is Abimelec Ortiz, still stuck in an 0-2 hole. There's the 5th pitch from Peterson, and missed high. Fastball flown in the air to right for Ruiz. And there's one away. This is the hysteria walking around after that hard dive.
That's good to see. The thing about Michael Peterson, too, he gives Clayton some options. It depends on what Clayton has planned for the rest of the game, but he gives him options to use him more than just the 1 inning.
Yeah. Peterson has gone more than 1 inning. He's been asked to get more than 3 outs 10 times this season. He's worked 2 full innings twice. Hasn't done that since June the 13th, though. Marlins were hoping to get Anthony Bender back into the bullpen fold, but I guess he's got some issues again after his rehab assignment with Jacksonville. He reported some discomfort. See Anthony Bender here around 11:30 this morning when the boys were winding up for their NFL fantasy draft and seeing who would pick first and last and so on and so forth. That's a good fastball right there. It's 1-2.
It's fun to see guys have a little fun when they get together like that.
Absolutely. It sounds like that fantasy draft party will be held next Sunday in Washington. Remember that series next weekend. That is the odd 4-game wraparound weekend series. So after the day game Sunday, the team will stay in Washington, and then they will play a night game on Monday before traveling to Kansas City, Missouri.
Get to see Bobby Witt Jr., Jack Caglione.
Could not believe this when I saw this yesterday. I don't know how they did last night. Let me see. Well, they won again. The Royals have won 6 games in a row. They're 18 games under 500. And they're not exactly out of the wild card picture in the American League.
That division's very interesting. The other guy you'll see, and I think you'll probably have a discussion maybe when he plays in the games. Future Hall of Famer, maybe. Salvador Perez.
Absolutely. Chopper to short. Lopez's throw to first, a little high, pulled down by Konai, 2 out. I think he's a surefire, don't you?
I think so. As far as catchers, yes. Yeah.
The Royals are 8.5 games out of the wild card with 30-something games to play. Never say never. Marlins are 4 back. St. Louis and Arizona in front of them before you get to the current wild card holders in the National League: Cubs, Phillies, and Padres.
Yeah, I think in the Marlins case, being 4 games back right now, you can't really look at it.
I agree.
You and I can.
I agree.
You can't look at that if you're a player, if you're a coach, a manager. You just have to take each game, and if you win, so be it. That's all you have to try to do.
So there's 33 games left to play, including today. If the Marlins went 19-14, they'd be an 84-78 team at the end of the year. Is that good enough? I don't know.
I think it's going to be a couple more than 84. I think 85-6, you're talking. Now you got my attention. But 84, I'm not sure.
But that's going 19
that's a
and
possibility.
14. What if you go 20-13? All of a sudden you're at 85 wins.
And is 19 and 14 doable? Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Now, I happen to think that there's going to be a lot on the line in that final 3-game weekend series against the Braves. I think they're going to have a lot to play for, whether it's the division or seeding in the playoffs. And I really do think the Marlins are going to take this thing down to the final day. Another foul ball, this one by Tena. So it should be an exciting September. This is the 130th game for the Marlins today. 32 left after today. Only 17 home games remain, including today. There's a swing and a miss on a slider in the dirt. And the side is retired. Peterson works a perfect 6th. Brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, and by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on your purchases. Terms apply. The Nationals are on Heriberto Hernandez and Jacob Marcy's terms here today. Jake Irvin going back out for a 6th inning of work. Boy, the way that this started for him, if he completes 6 after allowing the 2 in the first, the way things had been going, I would imagine he'll chalk this up as a victory. And I think Jacob Marcy starting to chalk up his offensive afternoon as a victory as he begins the 6th inning with a single.
Boy, you want to see him get locked in the next 33 games, 34. The terrific swings today, and anytime you see him drive a ball that way into left field, 2-seamer out over the plate, don't try to pull it, take it right there.
th multi-hit game of the season for Jacob. Here's Hernandez. Marlins need a couple of big hits to create some separation in this game. They are doubling up the Nationals in the hit column and the run column. Irvin snuck a sinker by him on the outside corner. Eric Tolman, the lefty, is loosening, and yes, he has that ankle brace on his right leg. There is Josh Eknes. See if Jacob wants to go here. I don't know. He's stolen 19 bases. Irvin's kept the running game in check today. I have a note for you on what you were talking about earlier from Gali Sharoni, who does an outstanding job in the Marlins communications department. There goes Jacob. There's a swing and a miss. The throw to second, not nearly in time. And Marcy has his 20th stolen base of the season to go along with 2 hits and a homer today.
Boy, an all-around good day. Just a great jump by Jacob Marcy. Little hop, skip, and a jump. He was on the go, had his momentum going to second, and stole that easily.
Throw back to second. So here's your Mercedes-Benz cover every base stolen base leaders this season. The Marlins now with 132. So I got to get this note in. I know you're going to like this because you're the one that brought it up. And the Marlins communications team went hard to work. Here's the 1-2. Missed outside. So there have only been 2 seasons in Marlins history that the ball club has recorded 150 plus home runs and 150 plus stolen bases. Remember, you were talking about. So now the Marlins have hit 33 homers, and they've stolen 132 bases. Those only other 2 seasons, the year 2000 and then the World Championship run in 2003. Thank you, Golly. She does such a nice job. That is flown in the air, foul territory, back of third, and over near the netting house to make the catch.
Do you know what, Kyle? Golly is one of those people that just brings a smile to my face when I see her.
I agree with you. She does an outstanding job.
And then gives us great notes like that. How can you beat that?
It's a great note. Here is Joe Mack with Marcy at second. That's dribbled foul. There's Golly.
She is hard at work.
Oh, and now she sees herself.
Yeah, see that smile? Yeah, see?
Yeah.
See?
There's Louie. We see Louie all
come
the
on,
time.
Louie, get out of the picture.
Natalie, who interns for the organization, does an outstanding job. Now she's so shy. She's always so outspoken. They do such a nice job, really. It's a thankless job. That's a foul ball. They do so much work, though, Hud. All those game notes every day and organizing the media and getting us players. And, like, for instance, today, Otto Lopez mic'd up. You got to ask him last night, make sure he's good, start to organize all that. And then our crew does an outstanding job to get Otto mic'd up and put all this together for us.
And you and I just have to sit up here and talk to him.
Oh, God,
That's
yeah.
it.
We do nothing. Well, very little. There's a little work. I got underneath it. Nunez wants it, and he's got it. There's 2 out.
You know, looking at Joe Mack, you know there's home run power there, and he has shown it, certainly 12 in his brief time here. But you go back to his minor league days, he had a year in which he hit 24 in A ball and Double A, and last year in Double A and Triple A hit 21. So he's very capable of, when he gets settled in, to be a Gold Glove catcher that's going to give you 15 to 20 home runs.
And when he just walked into the dugout, his intrusive thoughts nearly took over, because he had both hands on that helmet ready to smash it into pieces. And at the very last moment, he said, you know what? That would be a bad idea.
Not going to say I never broke a helmet, but one thing in the minor leagues you never did, because if you broke it in the minor leagues, you had to pay for it.
That's not good. Sanoja flies this to right center. Remember the Gatorade coolers Carlos Zambrano smashed at Wrigley Field? Let's go to the 7th, 4-2. Now back here at Lone Depot Park, Marlins leading 4-2. Top of the 7th inning. Marlins TV powered by our good friends at Major League Baseball. All right, Josh Eknes coming on to pitch here for Miami. 2nd consecutive game that he'll work. He worked around the leadoff single by Dalen Lyle in the 5th inning last night. Got 3 fly balls to get out of that 5th. Good numbers, Hut.
Yeah, it was a good job by Eknes in that 5th inning. And we've seen him come in with electric fastballs, which he will feature.
There's an electric heater that missed a bit upstairs for ball 1 on Jacob Young, who's 0 for 2 at the plate tonight. There's strike 1. They call me Eknes Monster. I like that. popped him up. Left side, Sanoha tells Otto, don't get near me, I'll take care of it. And they simultaneously make the same grab for out number 1.
Yeah, the Eknes Monster, I like that too. That's good.
Yeah. It's got a nice ring to it.
Because there really is only one Eck. Dennis Eckersley, Hall of Famer.
It's very true. You guys must have gotten to know each other well over the years.
A little bit, yeah.
Whether it was on the field or in the broadcast booth, I'm sure careers kind of cross paths. Here is Nunez, who's 0 for 2 in the game, and now 8 for his last 71 at the plate. Mercer.
I don't think anybody will ever accomplish what Dennis Eckersley accomplished.
Which is?
I mean, early in his career, he was a starting pitcher. So he put together 197 wins, almost 200 wins. And then later on in his career, a tremendous closer, 390 saves.
How close did Smoltz get? Well, not even close.
No, Smoltz only closed for like 3 or 4 years.
Only a save.
Yeah, he had like 3 or 4 years. He had 40 a year, but
154 saves,
yeah.
213 wins. In the award that they don't do anymore, that's still my favorite, the Rolaids Relief Man of the Year. They don't do it because they stopped sponsoring it. 2-2.
And by the way, I have to mention this. Just got a text from our colleague Craig Mish. And he said, "How can you forget another Eck? David Eckstein."
Oof.
Little World Series hero with the Cardinals, former Gator.
Well, I think about David Eckstein, and the first thing that comes to my mind would be his Rookie of the Year season in 2001 when he helped the Angels win the World Series. That was also the year that the Angels developed the rally monkey, and I think the last time we were there, as Nunez bounces that to second, I think they still do something on the scoreboard for the rally monkey. That was their big thing in 2001.
But you talk about a ball player who made the most what he had.
Did he ever?
It was David Eckstein.
2-time All-Star, 2-time World Series winner, World Series MVP, David Eckstein.
He has a brother, I don't think he still is, that was a Major League hitting coach for a while.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Was not aware of that. Rick Eckstein. I don't know. I have to look into that. I love that Angels team growing up, though. 2001.
Is that with Scott Spezio? Was he on that team?
I loved him so much, I guess I don't remember.
Switch hitter?
But I don't remember Spezio.
See, maybe that was later. Yeah.
Troy Gloss was at third, right?
Troy Gloss, big right-handed hitter, yeah.
That was a good team. Jared Weaver, is that two? I don't know. 2-1 to Andrew Pinckney in there for a strike. 2-2.
Boy, good upper 90s fastball, some sweepers he's mixed in.
Eknes trying to work a perfect 7th. ERA is down to 1.26. And that fastball just missed outside for ball 3. Two runs on 3 hits for Washington. Their runs came in the 4th and 5th. Marlins got 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. They lead 4-2. And the 3-2 struck him out with a fastball to retire this side. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. It's 4-2. Well, meet three-time Gold Glove winner and World Series champion Luis Castillo. Don't miss Alumni Selfie Sunday, presented by Leon, tomorrow, August 23rd. Stop by Section 205 in the Legends level from 140 to 240 and take a photo with a Marlins legend. Get those tickets at marlins.com/tickets. That makes tomorrow even better.
Just another thing to add to the list.
Huts Day, brunch, and Augustine Ramirez bobblehead giveaway, and Luis Castillo's in the building. He should do your speech for you.
That's a filled up shopping list.
Make sure you're in your seats early tomorrow, 1 o'clock. It'll be a great day. Speaking of great days, this is a day that Eric Tolman, the lefty out of Irvine, California, will never forget. He's making his major league debut. And he'll face Esteury Ruiz. He's probably shaking in his boots. And the first offering to Ruiz misses low. Missed inside. Ruiz is 0 for 1 today. He's been hit by a pitch. There's a swing and a miss. There's Tyler Zuber loosening. Yeah, missed inside for ball 3.
Showing a pretty good fastball from Tolman, 96, 97 miles an hour.
See that brace he wears on his right foot. And Ruiz turns on that fastball but pulled it foul. Balls, 2 strikes, the count on Esteury Ruiz. And there is strike 3 called. No challenges, and Tolman's got his first major league strikeout. Let's get you a quick message from our friends at Werner, Hoffman, Gregg, and Garcia.
Winning doesn't just happen by accident. At WHG, we know every case is earned before you ever step inside the courtroom. WHG, preparation wins.
There is Xavier Edwards. So Tolman's got his first strikeout in the show, and here's a bunt towards first. It's going to be a tough play. Tolman can't get there in time.
Not going to beat X. As soon as you get that first baseman to come off the bag on that push bunt, to field the ball knowing that he's not going to have time to get to the bag, then it's a race between you and the pitcher. And with a left-handed pitcher falling off a little bit, no chance. Great execution by Xavier Edwards. Beautiful.
So Edwards at first. He's on base for the first time today. Here's Griffin Conine. This Tolman kid is an unbelievable story. First and foremost, he's a 2-time Tommy John survivor. And in August of 2023, he was making a 6th start for Single A Fredericksburg up in Maryland. While he was trotting to the mound in the 3rd inning, he jumped over the line like most pitchers do. He caught the turf with his spike. He came down awkwardly. And later that night, he was laying in a bed in an emergency room listening to doctors and nurses talk to him for 5 minutes about the possibility of amputating his lower leg. Conine, fly ball left field. Pinckney going back, makes the catch. Edwards will go back to first. When he jumped over the foul line, which is why he wears this brace on his foot, he tore every ligament in his knee. He tore his hamstring off the bone, and then he ruptured a nerve. They almost had to amputate this kid's right leg to an extent. Not to mention he's already overcome 2 Tommy Johns. So as you can imagine, when he got the call the other day, he was rather emotional.
So even more impressive making his major league debut.
Unbelievable story. Here's Augustine Ramirez pinch hitting for Owen Casey. And Ramirez waits on a 1-0, and he swung right through a fastball at 97 miles an hour. Pretty good fastball from the 27-year-old that's had to overcome quite a bit. Augustine batting .240, couple of homers, 17 RBIs. Trying to do something with a one-out bunt single from Edwards. That's his 6th bunt hit of the season. Chandler Simpson leads the league with 13. Augustine fooled by that changeup. Xavier Edwards steals another base this season. I believe the Marlins would be the only team in the league with 4 players with 20+ stolen bags. Nunez and Abrams have accounted for a lot of the heavy lifting for Washington. See, Marcy picked up his 20th in the 6th. The only other team with 3 players with 20+ stolen bases, the Pirates, Cruz, Mangum, and Griffin. Run, run, run. Look at that debut patch. And a ground ball to the left side. House to first, inning over. Congratulations, Eric Tolman. 4-2 Marlins. It is Celsius time. After 7 full innings, let's go to it. It's brought to you by Celsius Energy Drinks.
If you throw this guy a fastball, in all likelihood, he's going to put it over the left field fence. He's been doing it all season long at Lone Depot Park. This was his 19th home run of the season. Then in the 7th inning, we have Jacob Marcy. He hit his 8th home run of the season. He went to right field. It was 379 feet. That was a changeup, actually a little bit earlier in the game. But either way, the Marlins are doing it with the slug today. They have a 4-2 lead. And if the Marlins can close this out, then they would take the series with the Washington Nationals with 1 game left to play here on Sunday. And folks, we want you out at the ballpark next week as the Boston Red Sox come to town Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Now let's get back to the game, but first, here is a quick word from our friends at Celsius Energy Drinks.
Welcome back to Lone Depot Park. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Wow, that's a beautiful shot. There's your game summary. Marlins doubling up the Nationals. Yuri 5 innings in line for the win. It would be his 7th of the year. Irvin went 6. Homers by Hernandez and Marcy. And the Marlins are going to ask for a little bit more here from Josh Eknes, who has worked an inning and 2/3 twice this season. In fact, he did so first on August 7th and then the 18th, which was 2 outings ago. Clayton would love to get 2 full innings of work from the Ekman. Top of the order, this is Lyle, who singled off of Eknes in the 5th inning yesterday. Right-hander loosening for Washington is Jake Bird, formerly of the Yankees and the Rockies. It's fouled off, 1-2. Lyle 0 for 3 after a 3 for 5 night last night.
Yeah, and that was his first 3-hit game in quite some time.
Eknes ready with a 1-2. Blooped in the air behind third. Sanoha over. He runs it down. And there's one away.
Well, it doesn't matter what position he's at. He covers a lot of ground. Just got a quick first step and got to that ball.
Clayton McCullough takes the ball from Josh Eknes. So an inning and a third for Eck. And we'll be right back.
When you give...
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Miami Marlins and may not be reproduced or transmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Miami Marlins. Appearance number 30 this season for Tyler Zuber. Nobody on. There's one out, and now there's two out as Dylan Cruz lines a sweeper to left. One pitch and one out for Zuber here in the eighth.
Sure, a great feeling for a relief pitcher. Any guy coming in out of the bullpen, jump out to the mound, get your warm-up tosses, first pitch, one out.
Just done a nice job. Now sporting an ERA of 3.38. Just think we're going to call a strike on Brady House. Top of the eighth inning, Marlins leading this game 4-2, trying to win the series. If you're just joining us, the Marlins have had the Nationals number again this season. After losing the first game, they've won the last 6, so trying to make it a 7-game winning streak against the Nationals today. And House pops this up. Should be playable. Should be a piece of cake. And it is for Esteury Ruiz to retire the side. Miami Marlins baseball is brought to you by Hard Rock Bet, official bet partner of the Miami Marlins. What a lovely night here in the Magic City. Bottom 8, Marlins leading the Nationals 4-2, 3 outs away from a series victory. Put them in position with a chance to sweep tomorrow. Got to get there first. Scoreboard brought to you by Werner Hoffman, Greg, and Garcia. And Otto Lopez going to lead things off, and Jake Bird is on to pitch, relieving Eric Tolman, who made his debut in the 7th. Jake Bird's been at it for a long time, parts of 5 major league seasons. This is his 3rd team. He spent some time with Colorado, the Yankees, and now Washington. This is his 6th appearance with the Nats. Otto's got a hit today.
Yeah, he saw that sweeper. He'll throw that a lot of sweepers and sliders.
And Otto swings and misses.
You know, I had to look back when you were talking about the young lefty Tolman, who had a point in time where he heard the doctors talking about amputation. And it got me thinking that there was a pitcher who pitched in the major leagues one game with a prosthetic leg back during war times, 1945. His name was Bert Shepard. Went 5 1/3 innings, and oddly enough with the Washington Senators. So he pitched 5 1/3 innings on a prosthetic leg. Lost his leg in Germany, World War II.
Came back and gave him a solid 5 1/3.
Yep.
Chalk that up as a win. Jacob Marcy's having a couple of moments today, and this is our Mass Mutual moment. This is his homer in the 4th, his 8th of the year.
Yeah, he's just had a terrific afternoon all around. The home run, solid base hit into left field, a stolen base, and for Jacob Marcy, number 8 on the year.
So 0-1 the count on Jacob.
By the way, do you ever see Jacob Marcy without dirt on his uniform?
Sometimes I wonder why I even stick it in the wash. But he does strike you as the type of kid who obviously played football growing up, that mom couldn't keep up with the clothes. Everything was dirty. Must have drove her nuts. A terrific young man, having a very nice major league career, really turning things around here. In particular, late in the summer, a little over 30 games left to go, but Jacob is picking up the pace. He's got that batting average up to 210 now, and I know that doesn't look like a whole lot, but when you're riding on the interstate and struggling for 4 months, to get that thing over the Mendoza line means a lot.
It means a lot.
Marcy waits on a 1-2, and that missed high. It's close.
What was it last night? Last night, Washington was out of challenges early, I think in the second inning.
And then it factored in the ninth.
Yeah.
With a couple of those missed calls. So 2-2. And there's strike three. Caught him looking at a sweeper. Well, make sure you celebrate one of the best in the 2003 World Series champion, Juan Pierre. Special ticket package includes a limited edition collector's pin featuring the Marlins legend, plus a seat on the Legends level. Don't miss the Legends Pin Series Saturday, September 12th at 4:10. Get those tickets by visiting marlins.com/pin series.
Talk about a big series.
Oh,
that's a Dodgers series. The Dodgers will be in town.
They're pretty good. 78-51. Pretty good. No balls, one strike to count on Heriberto Hernandez, who's homer.
One of the guys who quietly seems like year in and year out, consistently with the Dodgers, puts up big home run numbers, but he's not one of their main guys.
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
Max Muncy.
Max Muncy. And he's doing it again.
Off the end of the bat into left. Coming in, Pinckney makes the catch. Perfect 8 for Bird. Will go to the ninth. Marlins 3 outs away from a series victory.
I'm Jay.
Now make sure you come out to the ballpark. Join us tomorrow for Tommy's Day at 1:40. Be in those seats at 1 o'clock. If you can't make it out to the ballpark, we'll be on the air at 1 o'clock. Have a lot of fun stuff for you throughout the course of the broadcast. Get your tickets if you can. Come out by visiting marlins.com/tickets. Now that was in color. That's unbelievable.
Things are progressing.
Oh gosh. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be a great day. You come out to the ballpark tomorrow. The Augustine Ramirez bobblehead giveaway, the Gus Bus, Juan Pierre or Luis Castillo will be here. You can even do a little brunch. Abimelec Ortiz leads off the top of the ninth, and well, no Pete Fairbanks after blowing the save last night. Calvin Fauché will bid for the 24th save of his career, but just the second this season.
Yeah, a little surprised. I mean, Pete threw the ball okay, threw 25 pitches, and we've seen him back-to-back nights before.
Fauché's only save this season was in Los Angeles on April 29th, and you might recall that was the crazy game-ending double play that secured that series for Miami. It's the last time he had a chance to save it. Well, he's blown some saves, but if he can hold on, this would be his second save. So we'll see how this goes. Ortiz, Ford, and Tena pending changes. It's been a great day at the ballpark. Great atmosphere, very lively Dominican Heritage Day, and the party will continue afterwards. Big concert out on the West Plaza. And the Marlins have a chance to win the series and win their 7th consecutive game over the Nationals. Fly ball in the air to right, and right at Ruiz, who makes the catch, and there's one away. And then here comes Jorbit Bibas. He's going to pinch hit for Harry Ford. Saw Bibas last night. He was batting second, playing second. He took an 0 for 5. He's 4 for 22 pinch hitting in his career. See the 0 for 5 in the series with a strikeout. That missed inside. Ford ends his day 0 for 3. Oh, got into that Marlins dugout in a hurry. One outside. And a fly ball to the left. There's 2 away. Jose Tena coming to the plate. And Tena turning that defensive play of the game. That's our Mazda defensive play earlier in the game. Spinning throw to second for the double play. That was on Marcy. It was back in the first. So 2 out. Tena 1 for 2. A walk and a single in this one. And he takes ball 1. Jansen Junk on the mound tomorrow afternoon. Marlins needing just 1 more out to vie for a series sweep.
Yeah, you get to the point, and you and I talked about this yesterday. You get to the point this season where, you know, as a team, guys down there on the bench, they can talk about winning a series. But it gets to the point in the season where when you have that opportunity to sweep, you really want to jump on it.
ABS Challenge is powered by T-Mobile. His fastball was a called strike on Tena. Let's see if it is indeed a strike. And it is.
The strike. Washington has 1 remaining.
Yes, and to your point, it's okay to get greedy this time of year.
Yeah.
And you take care of this one today. You need to sweep them tomorrow. This is a ball club that's down and out. They may remain that way when we get there next week. You'll have to take care of your own business then. 2-1 is a bouncing ball up the middle. Otto Lopez is gone. Shuffles his feet, fires, ball game over, and the Marlins have won 7 consecutive games against the Nationals. Yuri wins it, Fauché saves it, and the Marlins have won the series, and they take them down today by a final score of 4-2.
I think you look back on this one and you think of Yuri Perez not having his best stuff, but hanging in there for 5 innings, and his teammates picked him up. Most importantly, Jacob Marcy picked him up with a big home run, stolen base, a base hit. Heriberto Hernandez homered, his 19th of the year. So the offense was just enough. Yuri battled for 5 innings. He picks up the win, and a nice one today, 4-2.
Yeah, bullpen outstanding. So Yuri now 7-9 on the season. Irvin falls to 2-8. And give the save to Fauché, his 2nd of the year. Fun afternoon at the ballpark. Great crowd, 18,473, so almost 19,000 here today. And the Marlins just won their 40th game at home, Hyde. It's been a great year at home for these guys.
I think it was a great learning process today too for Yuri Perez, not having his best stuff. What did we say? 10 3-ball counts. He had 6 or 7 3-2 counts. Threw 100 pitches in his 5 innings, but battled. He had 1-2-3 inning, had base runners all the time. He had to deal with, didn't have his best stuff or command, but was able to hang in there and gave up just 2 hits, 1 an infield hit and 1 a bloop base hit.
Yeah, and sometimes you just got to hang in there. Some more growth and development. Well, here's an updated look, and this is as up to date as it gets at the postseason picture. Here's your division leaders on the left: Milwaukee, Los Angeles, and Atlanta. Things tightening up in the National League East. Philadelphia currently beating St. Louis. That could help the Marlins. They just leapfrog them because they do own the season tiebreaker. Cubs leading the charge in the wild card race. San Diego hanging on just a game clear of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And, there's the teams in the hunt there off to the right, but really only a couple of teams in the hunt: the Diamondbacks, the Marlins, and the Cardinals. So, what now? 32 games left to play. The Marlins are right there. Let's go downstairs. Kelly Sacco with Heriberto Hernandez.
Thanks so much, Kyle. Heriberto, let's start with the home run. You fall behind 0-2. You battle back and homer on the 7th pitch of the at-bat. How are you able to work back and collect your 19th homer of the season?
Estaba tratando de poner la bola en juego, ¿sabes? Confié de que podía poner la bola en juego en cualquier conteo.
He said it was really just looking to put the ball in play. He had the confidence that he can do just that. That's exactly what he did. Did that home run mean a little bit more coming on Dominican Heritage Celebration Day?
Claro, importante. Todos ellos estuvieron aquí apoyándonos y se lo merecen. Yo también me lo merezco.
He said, of course, they're all here celebrating and supporting them, so it was great for it to come on that moment. Before we let you go, just 32 games left in the season. What's the focus?
Tratar de ganar cada picheo, cada juego y tratar de tomar oportunidad de lo que nos den.
They said to really focus on every pitch, on every game, and take advantage of every opportunity. Bert, congratulations. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Gracias.
Back up to you guys.
All right, Kelly, thank you so much. Boy, Hernandez with a boatload of homers this season. We'll see if he can keep that up down the stretch. A lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it this afternoon. The Marlins with another win, their 40th at home this season. Next telecast tomorrow. Special day on the air at 1 o'clock. Post-game coverage is next. For Tommy and Kelly, our director Brad Gersten, and our producer John Sulzer, I'm Kyle Seelow. And I'm saying so long from Lone Depot Park. Thanks for joining us tonight. But hang around. The post-game show is coming up when we return.